guys, Submoto here. So, part 5 of my SR 500 build. There are a couple of things that I need to do before I can rejet my bike. As you saw the last video, I mounted the carburetor on there, and I went through the basics of how to rejet a carburetor. I am going to give it a shot myself first, I've decided now. And if it doesn't work, I'll just go back to stock and bring it to the mechanic, because that way at least I get to try it. And I won't be ruining anything, so I might as well. So, but what I am going to do today is I'm going to mount with the help of a friend, obviously. I'm going to mount an oil feed line to the engine, which what it does is it sends oil up to the valves. So that way the valves can operate with a lower tolerance, right? So I'm going to get my pal here to help me with a valve adjustment. So obviously oil feed line first, then we do the valve adjustment in accordance to the lower tolerance, and then we're going to do a compression test. And just an all-around test. I may even want to see if it's charging right, because it seems like it's been using the battery up too quickly, and I feel like it might not be charging correctly. So we'll test that. We'll see what we can get around to today. And when all of that is done, probably not today, but another day, I'm gonna try and rejet it and see if that helps. Okay, so this is an oil feed line right here. And what that does is it transports oil from here over to the other side, and I'll get to that in a second. And it basically feeds oil into your valves, right? So we're going to be mounting this, and it's a pretty easy job, but I can't do a valve adjustment before we've done the oil feed line, because the valve adjustment will require a lower tolerance once the oil feed line's on, and therefore it would be silly to do a valve adjustment before actually doing that. So okay, so we got her inside, and what are we going to be doing here? I put the oil feed line on, which means that we're going to have a different tolerance on the valves. And I'm not sure if you can see that, but we just took the valve covers off in the front and in the back. It's pretty accessible on these SR 500s, and we'll see how to do that. I don't know how to do this actually, so I'm learning as I go. Got a buddy to help me with it, and yeah, he's going to show me how to do it, and that way we'll know. So the first thing we did was we made sure that the engine was in top dead center by moving the kick pedal around. If you don't have a kickstart, how would you do that if you didn't have a Kickstarter?
Turn it on it's called the flywheel.
So what we're doing now is we're adjusting the actual valves, and as you can tell, he has a feeler in there, which is putting underneath the bolt.
Not a tight one, but just a little light resistance.
So you don't want to tighten too much.
No.
Just a really light touch on there.
Rather too much tolerance than too little.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can light this up. See there? That's where the gauge goes. It goes underneath that whole assembly, which is just under the bolt. All right, you want to make sure that the feeler gauge is under there. If it's not,
like a sliding fit, this is too loose.
So here we're moving it to top dead center again.
And this one's pretty tight already. And you can hear the play in it. I don't know if you can.
Yeah. And you're using a flexible feeler. Are they all flexible?
Yeah, it depends on the thickness.
Yeah, because I had a friend, he couldn't even get in there because it wasn't flexible. He wanted it like an angled one.
But then again, I mean, these engines you can do it by ear almost or by feel.
So I guess the main trick here is to make sure that it is at top dead center while you do this.
Go by the camshaft, so when it's on the little mode, it's gonna be okay.
So another little trick to get the engine in the right position when you're doing this, while you can't see, well, you're not going to be able to see anything. But we took the spark plug out, and when you take the spark plug out, you can turn the engine, and when you turn the engine, you'll see the top of the cylinder, and as soon as you see the top of the cylinder, you're in the right place. So, like I said, you can't see it on here, but yeah, it makes sense once you get the spark plug out and you turn her a few times, you'll see it right away. So that's another good way of doing it. Okay, so the next step is going to be testing the compression on this thing, and the way to do that is you put this compression tester on the spark plug, at the end of the spark plug. Is that good?
135 or 130?
132, I'd say. Turns out that somewhere between 120 and 150 is good. So 132 is actually pretty good in the ballpark where it's supposed to be. So it looks like I got good compression, and valves are adjusted. So I should be ready to rejet my carburetor when I get to it. So yeah. It's pretty good. I'm happy. I got some electronic stuff to do too, but it's not really charging that well, so we're gonna check that in a second. But that's pretty much it. I doubt we'll be able to do anything with this today, though. It may also be that just the battery is just flat. So it's a new battery. So anyway. Oh wait, one thing. I want to show you my buddy Maki, his bike. The guy is helping me. This is his SR tracker right there. It's sturdy, it's rad, it's awesome. It's just, it kicks ass. And he's got the same carburetor as me. So anyway, that's all I had for you guys today. So remember to subscribe and ride, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.